You know, far too often it seems that we report on the number of homicides here on the First Coast, but we don't often talk about suicide, even though each year it claims twice as many lives across the country, according to the CDC. A New York Times bestselling author who lives in Southeast Georgia has now sparked a worldwide conversation through her book, All the Bright Places. And tonight, she's sharing a message of hope.
There are so many people who are waiting to help you and wanting to help you, and you would be so missed. I was in the Philippines on tour. A young woman there handed me this little black book.
Inside this small black book is a cry for help.
And she said, "This is my suicide journal. I've written down every suicidal thought, but I don't need it anymore, thanks to you and your book."
It's a reminder to Jennifer Niven of the importance of sharing her story.
And I just remember that moment and that girl, and that's why I tell myself to keep writing the things that I'm writing for readers like her.
The New York Times bestselling author published her first young adult fiction novel, All the Bright Places, in 2015, which is now sold in more than 40 countries.
What do you want from me?
I think it would be good for you to get out.
Maybe I don't want to get out.
She helped adapt it into a movie that was released this year on Netflix.
It was inspired by a boy I loved and lost years ago to suicide. It's the book I carried around in me for a long time but didn't think I could write. I always say it's about a girl who learns to live from a boy who intends to die.
The story struck a chord with readers around the world.
These heartfelt letters that I get, and I read every single one of them.
Many who have suffered for years in silence.
And the thing that I hear the most is, "Thank you for letting me know I'm not alone."
Heartfelt, personal messages she treasures.
I know how prevalent suicide is among teens, and that is all I knew. I just knew the statistics. I didn't know the faces behind those statistics. And now I have met so many of them and heard from so many of them.
There are bright places, even in dark times.
According to the CDC, between 2007 and 2017, suicide rates among 10 to 24-year-olds increased 56%. It's the second leading cause of death for that age group.
When the book first came out, I had some feedback flack from adults who said, "We don't want teens reading about this," but their children are the ones writing to me saying, "No one understands me, and I'm going through this, and I'm struggling, and thank you for letting me know that I'm not the only one."
Niven, who now splits her time between St. Mary's, Georgia and Los Angeles, knows the mental toll the pandemic is taking on our youth.
I am hearing about more stress, more anxiety.
To those struggling, feeling hopeless, she wants you to know there is hope. She and other young adult writers are fostering a community on social media where readers can connect with her and each other.
You are not alone in how you feel. You are worthy. You are deserving of love. You matter. You are loved more than you know, and help is out there.
And I hope you remember that. Help is out there. So if you or your loved one is struggling, if you're feeling hopeless, help is available. Pick up the phone, reach out, call the National Suicide Prevention Hotline Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255. You see the number right there. Learn the warning signs and connect with more resources. I've posted them all, linked to this story on firstcoastnews.com.